Everyone, I hope everyone is fine. Here is a new topic, that is figure of speech, and that is very important for the board classes of CBSE. Now, what is figure of speech? A figure of speech is a rhetorical device that uses words in a distinctive way to create an effect, add emphasis, or convey meaning by beyond their literal sense. So, beyond their literal sense, there is a meaning, and that is in a figurative way. Okay, figure of speech are often used to enhance writing and make language more vivid and convey complex ideas in a concise way. For example, I'm giving an example that life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signify nothing. So that is a very important speech of Shakespeare, and here are a lot of figure of speech, and lot of figure of speech are giving a different kinds of meaning, and also that is very important in this context. Here, a lot of examples have been written here. First of all, simile. What is simile? A comparison between two different things using like or as. So, in a sentence, you see, her smile was bright as the sun. So, a girl's smile has been compared with sun. Okay. So, as and so like, as, and so. If you see these kind of words in a sentence and that is showing the comparison, that means that is simile. Okay, so simile is very important. Next, what is metaphor? A metaphor is also a comparison, but there we are not using like or as. For example, time is a thief. So time is always going on. And what is the duty of the thief? A thief is always taking money from us or taking so many things from us. Okay, so time has been compared with the thief. I'm giving another example. The camel is the sheep of the desert. So the camel has been compared with the sheep of the desert. Okay. Next, what is personification? So what is personification? When we are giving something human qualities or human attributes. What is human qualities means? That what we are doing every time. Just for example, I'm giving the moon walks in the sky. The moon walks in the sky. In the sky. So is it possible for the moon to walk in the sky? No, this is actually not possible for the moon to walk in the sky. Okay, but we are assuming, we are giving human qualities to the moon. Here the example has been given here. The wind whispered through the trees. So the wind is blowing in such a way that we are assuming that the wind is whispering something, or wind is saying something in a very silent voice or in a very low voice. Next, what is hyperbole? So hyperbole means exaggerated sentences. When we are saying something in a very exaggerated way or in a very manipulative way. Okay. For example, I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. So a person is feeling so hungry that he could eat a horse. Is it possible for a person to eat a horse? No, this is actually not possible for a person to eat a horse, but it is assumed. He is so hungry that it is assumed. Next, what is alliteration? The repetition of the initial consonant sound in closely placed words. So in a sentence, you see that she sails by the seashore. So here you see that the she sails. So here consonant sounds have been repeated multiple times. Next, you see that onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia. Okay, so a word that imitates the sound it represents. The bees buzzed in the garden. So bees are making sound. The bees are making buzzing sound. So that's why. So here the similarities of the bees, the sound of the bees. Has a deep similarity with their sound also. So that's why this is called onomatopoeia. Next, you see what is irony. Irony is very important. Give a star mark these parts. Irony, simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, alliteration. These are very important. Next, you see that irony, saying something that implies the opposite, often used for humor or sarcasm. When we are saying something in a sarcastic way, okay, but we are telling something in a different, that in a very opposite way, in a very different way. For example, oh great, another rainy day. So for example, you are not interested in going to school and that is also a rainy day, so you are feeling very happy and your parents are supposed to be telling you that you are not, that you should not go to school, and at that time you are feeling happy, and at the next, when it the same thing is happening the next day, you are saying these kind of words, oh great, another rainy day. That means you don't want to go to the school, that's why you that's why the same thing, that's why you are saying this. Okay, so in this case we are saying this is irony. Next, what is oxymoron? Oxymoron is also important. A combination of two contradictory terms. So two silence is always silent. Okay, so what is the meaning of deafening? What is the meaning? Deafening means someone who cannot hear properly. So here the meaning are almost same, but they are showing the contradictory meanings. Okay, next, what is pun? So pun actually means, pun is a play of words. When we are playing with the words, that is actually a pun. Okay, for example, I used to be a baker, but I could not make enough dough. So I used to be a baker, but I could not make enough bread. Okay, so this is an example. I'm giving another example. He writes her name with second hand. Okay, so in this sentence, second hand, that is a word, second hand, that is a word that is showing different kinds of meanings. Second hand means second, right hand, or second hand, or second hand means second time also. So two meaning have been given here by single word. Next, what is synecdoche? So synecdoche is not so important, despite that I am explaining. A figure of speech in which a part is used to represent the whole or vice versa. So all hands on desk. So all hands means all people on deck. Okay, the meaning is all people's hands. Okay, next, what is metonymy? Replacing the name of something with a word closely associated with it. For example, the White House announced a new policy. So the White House means US government. White House means US government, but instead of writing US government, we are writing the White House. Here the White House is representing US government. Okay, next, what is anaphora? Anaphora is also important. The deliberate repetition of the first part of the sentence for emphasis. For example, every day, every night, in every way, I am getting better and better. So this word every has been used multiple times. Okay, while we are writing a sentence, in the first part we are writing this word and we are repeating this word multiple times. Next, you see that euphemism. What is euphemism? A mild or polite term used to replace a harsh or unpleasant word. For example, instead of saying he died, we are saying he passed away. Okay, I'm giving another very easy example, that I am saying that he is a very bad person. Instead of saying he is a very bad person, I am saying that he is not a good person. He is not a good person. Okay, here you can see the same thing. He passed away means actually he died, but it is said in such a pleasant words. Next, what is apostrophe? Apostrophe means when we are addressing something, and when we are addressing something, it is addressed to the absent or dead or something that is non-human. Okay, and it is said in such a way that other person or others from other side, it is expected that that person will be saying something, or that inhuman object will be saying something. For example, oh death. So death has been apostrophied. Okay, where is thy sting? Okay, next, understatement. Understatement is important. Deliberate, making a situation seem less important than it is. So after winning a huge lottery, saying I suppose it's a nice little sum. So for example, you have got a huge lottery and you are saying that, you just imagine that you have got 1 crore, and despite that you are saying that I did not get enough money. Okay, so that means that you are showing understatement. Next, antithesis. Antithesis is very important. The juxtaposition of contrasting ideas, often in parallel structure. Example, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So in this sentence, you see that, and this is a very important line written by Charles Dickens, very important line. So it is contrasting the different kinds of things. It was the best of the times and it was the worst of the times. So two superlative degree have been used here. Okay, best and the worst also. Next, what is litotes? A figure of speech that uses uh, negative word to express positive statement. This is completely opposite of euphemism. Okay, completely opposite of euphemism. She is not bad looking, that means she is not attractive. Okay, I'm giving another example, that she is not a bad person, that means she is a good person. So this is showing that it is litotes. Next, what is paradox? Next, paradox, a seemingly contradictory statement. uh, a seemingly contradictory statement that reveals a truth upon closer examination. Okay, so that is called litotes. Next, example has been given, less is important. Less is important, sorry, less is more. Next, zeugma, a figure of speech where a single word applies to or more words in a sentence, often creating a unique or humorous effect. Example, she broke his car and he's hurt. So it is showing that it is showing a humorous effect, that she broke his car and he's hurt. So different kinds of meaning have been shown here. Okay, thank you, and thank you everyone. Have a nice day.